watching this, keep doing the good work because our cops here, they don't really do much, so.
Wow, just not really pulling any punches there. One of the many ways they try to make the episodes of this season at least feel like one cohesive vision. I mean, this team had a monumental task, and they did really good with what they could.
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, come on, is that how we're gonna do this? No foreplay?
Confidence?
I mean, does a mask allow us to be our true selves, or does it strip away our identity, allow us to act like animals?
Yeah, I mean, tell me you're not more confident when you go trick-or-treating in a costume that covers your whole body, where no one knows it's you. You act more like yourself because there are no consequences. So if you embarrass yourself, no one knows who you really are. But when you have nothing to be embarrassed about, you're also more likely to give in to your intrusive thoughts, ones you shouldn't act on, sometimes animalistic, like Heather said.
It's gonna be a lot tougher to get that down than we thought.
I love this idea of using pre-established characters like a hostage from the last episode as someone who's important in different ways in future episodes. Depending on how they use this method in the future, it could be a really good way to develop even the smallest of side characters and make this world feel more lived in.
Therapy talk. Was I doing that?
Straight up, and I hate that shit.
Kinda hate it too.
Good thing Heather's his girlfriend and not his therapist then.
Is it cool if we take a picture of you?
Come on, Muse. Doing that to your own fans? Well, solidifying that you're a bad guy, I guess.
Oh.
This weight detail, with him trying to lose weight for the election, but during those moments with Adam, times where he's back to his old ways, he eats a much bigger meal. The bigger he gets, representing him being more and more like the Kingpin, also working to make him more imposing because of how big he was before.
Graffiti artist, painting walls all around town. Goes by the name Muse. He paints with his victims' blood. You gotta let this one go. Just let the police do their jobs.
He tells Matt all of this and tells him not to do anything about it, which almost seems redundant, like why would Cherry do that? But Matt hears all, and he'll find out eventually, and the fact that Cherry cares enough to tell him first, just so he can be there to immediately tell Matt not to interfere, to go back to his old ways.
This task force will have special powers and privileges, like overtime, no body cameras.
Getting one step closer to becoming a dictator.
Fuck it.
Ooh, see what I mean about the swearing? Cathartic. Badass bad guy. I mean, giving your enemy a very dangerous weapon, leaving yourself completely unarmed and relying on brute strength. Hell yes, having the red lights from the train reflected in Muse's eyes, masking Red himself, Daredevil, until it's too late. Even if the explanation for it is a little it's nice to see that Muse can actually hold his own against the devil himself, making him a worthy opponent. Okay, I get it. We both know they're similar. They're both going on similar arcs, and I don't care if they're hitting you over the head with it. The intercutting is so cool throughout the whole scene, and I'm not going to pretend it isn't. Cool shot win. Daredevil scream. I kind of interpreted this mine as Fisk reminding Adam that Vanessa is his, which I mean, it seems a little toxic, but they both are. So they really are a power couple.
The girl claims she was rescued by the vigilante known as Daredevil.
And Fisk is probably really happy about it. I mean, he has the perfect opportunity to be his old self again, which is clearly what he's been wanting this whole time. What better reason than Daredevil coming back for the Kingpin to return?
Okay, Heather, you realize I used to have this whole other life. You know, and sometimes this all feels fake.
So I can't tell if this is a workaround, but it kind of made me think a little harder about why the show didn't work for a lot of people, and I think it was meant to feel weird. Kirsten and Heather aren't supposed to be replacements for Foggy and Karen. They never will be, but I don't think the writers intended for that. You could argue that this life should feel wrong for us since it does for Matt. Now, whether that was the right direction to go for the show is another thing, but I think it can be interpreted that way.
The rules were worth it when you were running things. It was better then. You know that. Maybe it's time for a change.
Are you asking for my permission or my help?
That's up to you.
This is some great setup for the end of the episode and genuinely has you wondering if Vanessa wanted her husband killed. But obviously she wouldn't, because ultimately she loves him, and if you want to think practically about it, his influence is what made her able to take over the business as easily as she did.
How familiar are you with Taekwondo?
I like boxing.
I love both.
After Coach Lee started training Bastion, his body showed up on the estate.
In the end, I learned a lot from Coach Lee.
Another instance of intercutting working pretty well to up the tension a bit.
You've allowed my creativity to flourish, to soar to heights I never even imagined.
Adding Wednesday to my list.
Hey!
Say what you will about Muse's development, that costume is beautiful, and the fact that we get to see all the details of it in these close-ups is such a treat, not to mention Hunter Doohan's acting. Heather saving herself from Muse. Brutal. Matt is seriously pushing it with the no-kill rule. Love the bluntness with how Muse dies.
Are you actually threatening me?
No. I'm presenting you with an opportunity. And I'd be so stoked if you made the right call, you know?
Daniel's immaturity and childishness actually makes the threat a bit more intimidating than I would have expected. Yep, and also having an insane amount of trust in British Wesley.
Could you call Vanessa and ask her if she'd like me to bring her home some stole poignard?
Love the ambiguity of that line too, where it could be a confirmation that he and Vanessa planned this, or he wants to bring home food as a petty little nice try, but I'm still alive. That vibrant blue symbolizing the bullseye side of Dex coming up, it's also cool that it's around a flower, which I interpreted as a symbol of Dex being able to use anything as a weapon, even something as beautiful and floaty as a flower. It's hyperbole, obviously no one can kill someone with a flower since it's so light, but I think it's meant to be an exaggeration like that. Also, stillness and panic is a win. Oh yay, the fly buzzing sound is back.
They're just underdeveloped boys hiding behind masks, trying to make it look like something more sophisticated.
It makes sense for Heather to react like this after such a traumatic event where she lost a lot of blood and took a life out of self-defense.
The Muse tried to kill you, Daredevil saved you.
I saved me.
Like I said, she lost a lot of blood?
I am better than I was. If I cannot be with you, Vanessa, I cannot be.
Love to see a little desperation from Fisk, and a sadder side to it that we don't usually see, even if he could be faking it to manipulate her. Damn, who knew Vanessa could aim so well too? Him taking away the gun because he knows the rush he gets from taking a life, and assumes Vanessa might try to kill him from the adrenaline and shock.
Daniel's the future of this city. Why would we stand in the way of it?
I will work night and day for you. Sir, I will burn for you.
Why do I feel like that's gonna come back in just the worst way possible? And Fisk with the overconfident smirk.
Let's go.
So these last two episodes are from the new team, and they do what they can to develop the side characters in a way that the old team chose not to. This lingering shot on Kirsten, for instance, just gives us a couple seconds alone with her, enough to make her feel like more of an actual person and not just a side character.
You're good for the old eyes, Matt.
It's so nice to see a one-on-one conversation with Josie after everything too. She's a character even the original show didn't take much time on, but it didn't really need to since it wouldn't have been really worthwhile for the plot of those seasons. But in this show, considering Foggy and multiple people literally died at her bar that night, it's a better time than any to get to know her better.
He was celebrating early. He knew he was gonna win and somebody silenced him.
Oh, this thread that was set up from the first episode, and the fact that Foggy only drinks O'Melvenies when he celebrates is referenced in the third episode, then capped off here.
Another night in here, I might never be able to answer that for you.
Oh, sweetheart, what do you want me to do? You want me to get you out? You want me to file an appeal?
A totally deserved response from Matt, especially when it kind of reminds you of Fisk pulling this exact same move with Nadim in season 3.
I'm not lying.
Thank you, counselor. Fuck you.
Dex thanking Matt for aiding his escape, and another moment where the cursing from Matt is cathartic.
I don't know, I was really worried whether we were gonna be on the same side or not. I'm not worried so much anymore. Hey.
The detail of Sheila still looking at Daniel from across the room because she doesn't quite know what he meant by that. It could mean they're on the same side now, or most likely he's not worried about it because ultimately she won't matter.
Is everything over?
I'm sorry. I have to go.
Get it, but
This thing where they pan around the ball and you get to stick with specific characters for a bit longer. Fisk is back in the white suit. For some reason, this is absolutely disgusting to me in the best way. Hell yes, and recreating a comic panel is always a win. Resourcefulness, turning it into 2 blades instead of 1.
Rough day, huh?
Him smiling with his teeth and then stopping because he remembered he doesn't have one of them.
you have been checking out on me, disappearing physically and emotionally.
Mr. Mayor.
The way I cringed because he checks out on her as she's talking about how mad she is that he checks out on her. Seriously, Matt's a terrible boyfriend, but we still love him.
Oh my God, you're not even listening to me, are you?
Yes, I am.
What did I say?
And it just keeps getting worse.
Do you know that Wilson Fisk was the main suspect in your uncle's murder?
Yeah, why do you think I'm here? So if you ever want to put anything real out there, there's an email on his card.
BB finally taking initiative when she's been too scared to fully make an effort to expose Fisk the whole season. Gandolfini's got moves.
It's acting out, Matt.
And mental health is knowing when and where to do it.
Callbacks.
Mental health is knowing exactly when and how to act out.
He is a monster. You're not safe.
Haha, perfect shot to cut to after calling him a monster. It seems like Vincent D'Onofrio's genuine smile, which makes it even better.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mind if I cut in?
Fisk's face. Matt can steal literally anyone. Also a nice detail with Heather and Fisk wearing matching white, while Matt and Vanessa both have that red going on.
Did you know you had Foggy killed?
Does Heather know you're Daredevil?
Have you ever...
Ooh, clever comeback, and also this face. Gotta love Violet Zurer. Great seeing this effect again, and just a perfectly timed needle drop. This had me and a lot of people, even Matt, confused. But of course, Matt would take a bullet to save a life when it's the only option. I think it was just so jarring because this is the only time we've seen it where doing that is the only choice. He's obviously too close to hit the gun out of the way. He couldn't get Fisk out of the way quick enough, so this is the only way to do it. Matt seeing red because Daredevil, plus the way he used to consider Daredevil his life. So seeing his life flash before his eyes would be seeing the color of his costume and the color of his dad's red boxing robe. Yet another layer to that buzzing sound, but I'll restate what I said in my season 3 video. The flies, because when a fly is buzzing around you, you want to kill it. He has the urge to kill. But also what hangs around with dead bodies that have been around for a while? Flies.
It has to be soon, in the next few days.
I'm offering you a chance to get your mind back.
Ugh, two harsh reminders here. One, that Dex still has borderline personality disorders, so he's mentally ill and needs help. That doesn't mean what he's doing is okay, he's just still in need. Two, Vanessa is truly evil, pushing away his meds to manipulate him into doing this. Also, this whole situation sucks because the only way we see Dex happy is the way we saw him in the first episode. He's only happy when he kills, so Vanessa is giving that back in a way.
Karen?
Oof, bit of a Hermione Granger situation, and if you've seen Harry Potter, you know that this analogy means Heather and Matt are definitely not endgame.
I mean, next you'll be condoning the use of lethal force. Absolutely not. Encouraging, Gallo! Encouraging!
Building up his really intense anger towards Gallo before that one moment.
If our fearless lawyer from Hell's Kitchen were to succumb to his wounds, a dead hero is better than a live vigilante.
Man, not a shred of gratefulness that Matt saved his life. Also confirmation that he has told Buck about Daredevil's identity.
There are still sane people in the building.
Commissioner Gallo being a real one. One of the things I like about Buck's character is actually how little there is to him. Fisk learned his lesson from Wesley and found someone he wouldn't get attached to, but someone who would do whatever he wanted whenever he wanted it, without question.
You know you're a wall-to-wall asshole.
Frank's back.
After shaving a haircut? That all for me?
Yeah, I did it for you.
Aw, Frank trying to look all nice for his best friend that can't see him. Anyway, I'm not complaining. The cut's amazing. Also, I watched that Accountant 2 trailer where Bernthal has the exact same haircut with the shaved face, and I was so confused. I thought we were getting a Punisher movie.
Not gonna do it with your ass hanging out.
Appreciate that the slow-mo is a Punisher exclusive feature. Keep this melody in mind.
No, Frank, no. You get in front of a bull for this piece of shit, too?
He's not worth it, Frank.
How about him? He worth it? What is wrong with you? You can't help yourself, can you?
I'm glad these two still argue about their ideologies. It makes sense to explain why they don't work together more often. Karen's back.
Call Frank, huh?
I heard Poindexter escaped. Called Frank and hopped on a plane.
Yep, just keep remembering this melody.
You be my eyes?
Hey, anytime.
Karen being an absolute ride or die.
It's just a kid. It's a mass vigilante.
Ugh, the fact that it looks like Matt's original black mask too. I think you get my point with the melody, which is why I'm so incredibly confused. It plays for the first time when Matt hits Cole North, then after that it plays every time something about Karen and Matt's love comes up. So it feels like it's supposed to be their love theme, but then the Newton brothers confirmed that this was the MCU Spider-Man theme, but why would the Spider-Man theme play at moments about Karen and Matt's love? If you guys have any theories, let me know in the comments. Always love random colored lights for no reason that makes sense in the scene other than symbolism and to look cool.
Wait, Luke?
They also knew exactly what they were doing with the name Luke.
It'd be an honor to serve with you, Frank.
He said the trigger word, serve. God, this is by far the goriest scene from both shows, and my favorite thing about it is that it's not just gore for the sake of gore. It's all of Fisk's pent-up anger throughout the season coming out in one moment, and the most brutal reminder that the Kingpin is back forever.
Do you remember I once asked you what it was like living in the darkness? Do you remember what you said?
It's like 1,000 suns.
Another instance of that theme playing when they reflect on their past together.
New York City is under martial law.
New York City, the police state, is one I'm so ready to see season 2 and the rest of the MCU take advantage of.
Foggy believed in you, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever's behind the mask, behind your eyes.
Making me miss Foggy more and more. Everything in its right place is probably just my favorite needle drop of the entire show. Have I made Radiohead always a win yet? I think I'm gonna do that now. Radiohead is always a win. Yeah, there's that army, and I'm honestly okay with it being full of regular people, because I think they could do something really cool with it. And I also feel like an army of superheroes against Fisk would conflict with the tone of the show just a little bit, but even if they went that route at some point, they could make that work too somehow.
Because we are the city without fear.
Just the perfect line to end the season on.
Thank you, Anthony.
Oh, I mean, that's a good final line too, I guess. So this season is really good. I'll admit, not as good as the original show, but I mean with the fact that they had to work around the two completely different creative visions, combine them, and make a season that was still decently cohesive, all things considered. I mean, we've seen what conflicting visions do when it happens on one project. Justice League 2017 exists. It didn't matter if the original Born Again team had a good show on their hands, the direction they were going was just not the right one. I mean, you saw the Hector Ayala case. That was the old team and it was amazing, but Feige wanted a reboot, shot half of it, then decided a spiritual fourth season, the thing fans wanted without a doubt, was a better idea. That's why even the finished season does stuff that feels wrong. Like Mayor Fisk shouldn't make sense if season 3 is canon. Why would people vote for him? Either way, they did so good with what they had, and I'm looking forward to the second season, which will have one creative vision, more time, more polished visual effects, and be the Born Again season we all deserve. What'd you guys think of Daredevil Born Again season 1? Let me know in the comments. As always, you guys are an absolute win, and I'll see you soon.